Stabilize the grid, Marcus. We're losing primary power.
I'm trying. The interference is too strong.
We thought we were the first to look into the deepest place on Earth. We were wrong. The camera was pointed into absolute darkness, 10,900 meters below the surface, when something blinked. Not a glitch, not bioluminescence. An eye. And it blinked back at us.
We're picking up something large. It's not on any database.
It's expanding with each pulse. This isn't natural. We need to adjust depth and vector immediately.
The submersible Abyssal 3 dropped through layers of ocean that hadn't seen sunlight in 6 miles of water. Dr. Elias Vance monitored the pressure readings. Dr. Mara Iqbal whispered depth markers into the recorder. Pilot Kenzo Arai didn't speak at all. Outside the viewport, the ocean was ink. At 6,000 meters, the first shapes appeared, translucent organisms drifting like ghosts. At 9,000 meters, even those disappeared. By 10,500 meters, the only sound was the hull groaning under pressure. And then we touched bottom, the Mariana Trench. Specifically, Challenger Deep, the deepest known point on Earth. Temperature, 1.4 degrees Celsius. Pressure, 1,086 atmospheres. Light, none. The floodlights switched on. What they revealed shouldn't have existed. The sediment wasn't flat. It pulsed, slowly, like breathing. Kenzo angled the lights lower. The sediment shifted, not from current, not from tremor, from within. Dr. Mara leaned forward. That's not geological. A ripple traveled outward beneath us, circular, deliberate.
Marcus, the viewport. Something's activating out there.
I see it. The patterns are syncing with the sensors.
It's beautiful.
Elias adjusted the sonar, and the sonar returned a shape too large to process. At that depth, sonar should bounce cleanly off rock. Instead, it returned absorption. Something below the sediment was swallowing sound waves, not scattering them, not reflecting them, swallowing, like a body designed to remain invisible. Then, the sub lost power. Not fully, just the external lights. Darkness swallowed us whole. Inside the cockpit, red emergency LEDs glowed faintly. Battery drain? Kenzo asked. No, Elias whispered. Something is drawing current. From outside. Emergency lights flickered. For a split second, the external cameras reactivated. That's when we saw it. A massive circular shape filling the screen. Texture like smooth obsidian. Veins of dim blue light beneath its surface. And at its center, a vertical slit. It closed. And opened. It blinked. The eye wasn't sideways. It wasn't aligned to us. It was looking upward, past us, toward the surface, as if measuring distance.
Stabilize the grid, Marcus. We're losing primary power.
I'm trying. The interference is too strong.
Mara did something none of us expected. She tapped 3 times on the hull. 3 slow knocks. Ridiculous. Instinctive. There was a pause. Then the sediment shifted again, and 3 low pulses vibrated through the hull. Not random. Measured. Deliberate. It answered. Elias fed the vibration data into the onboard analyzer. It wasn't random frequency. It was mathematical. Prime numbers. Something at the bottom of the Mariana Trench understood mathematics. Power surged back to the lights. The eye was closer now. Far too close. The pupil dilated. The blue veins glowed brighter. And for the first time we saw its scale. The visible portion alone was larger than our submersible. And that was just the eye. The sediment wasn't sediment. It was skin.
Look at the patterns. They're changing.
We hadn't landed on the seafloor. We had landed on it. The ground tilted. The sub slid sideways. Sediment cascaded off what was unmistakably a massive curved surface. An eyelid. It had been closed. We had landed on its face.
Signals transmitting. The eye is reacting.
The ocean floor moved. Not upward. Not downward. But sideways. like something rolling beneath the Earth's crust. The trench walls trembled. A low-frequency sound filled the water, too deep to hear but strong enough to feel in our bones. It wasn't anger. It was waking up. Mara was whispering calculations. No vertebrate could survive that pressure. Elias corrected her softly. Unless it evolved here. Not descended. Not migrated. Born in the trench. Older than the trench.
The alerts are stopping.
This time
Power
the
levels are
darkness didn't feel
stabilizing.
empty.
It's
It felt
retreating.
occupied. The sub's internal temperature dropped 2 degrees in seconds. The sonar began returning dozens of smaller echoes.
It's
Not
descending.
one creature.
The eye is closing.
Many. Circling.
Powering down sonar. It's almost gone.
Lights flickered back on. Smaller shapes hovered around us. Oval. Smooth. Bioluminescent lines pulsing faintly. Each one the size of a car. Each one watching. The massive eye remained below. Unblinking. Observing. The hull vibrated again. This time not primes. A sequence. Fibonacci. 1.
They're getting closer.
2. 3.
The sonar
5.
is picking up their movements.
Intelligence doesn't repeat patterns accidentally. It escalates them. Elias realized something chilling. The pulses weren't conversation. They were scans. Every vibration altered slightly, testing our density, our structure, our composition. We weren't communicating. We were being
Data is
studied.
being processed. We're getting a reading.
Suddenly, the sub received a transmission from above. The research vessel. Static. Then a single line. We are detecting movement below you. Massive displacement. Massive. Below us. Below the creature. The sediment beneath the trench floor split open. Another blue glow emerged. Then another. Not one organism. A field of them. Sleeping. Waiting. If they wanted us dead, we'd be crushed instantly. Instead, they were cautious. Curious. Patient. Mara's voice trembled. They're not reacting to us. They're reacting
waking
to
up.
the surface.
All of them.
The trench walls illuminated briefly,
This
and we saw
changes
it.
everything.
A long, healed fissure running miles across the rock face. Too symmetrical for tectonics. Too smooth. A wound. As if something had once forced its way in. Or out. The pulses changed again. This time chaotic. Rapid. Then steady. A waveform repeating every 12 seconds. Elias cross-referenced. His face went pale. That matches surface seismic noise. Cities. Shipping. Drilling. Explosions. They weren't responding to us. They were listening to everything above.
conclusive. It's a massive healed fissure.
The massive eye slowly shut. The smaller organisms drifted downward. The trench floor settled. Power stabilized. Silence returned. But it wasn't retreat. It was patience. Kenzo initiated emergency ascent. The sub rose slowly through black water. None of us spoke. At 8,000 meters, Mara finally whispered, "They've been down there longer than we've existed." Elias nodded,
Goodbye, friend.
and we just knocked. When we reached the research vessel, the data upload froze half the servers. The mathematical pulses, the sonar absorptions, the footage.
上升的速度比预期的要慢。
Governments were contacted. Classifications were issued. We were told to remain silent. Before they confiscated the footage, Elias showed us one final still image, taken just before the lights died the second time. The massive eye wasn't looking up anymore. It was angled toward the Pacific Rim, toward fault lines, toward continents. Weeks later, deep-sea sensors across the Pacific began detecting synchronized low-frequency pulses. Not earthquakes, not whales, something else, repeating every 12 seconds, matching human industrial rhythm. The Mariana Trench isn't empty. It's a listening post. It's a cradle. It's a barrier. And whatever lives there has been waiting beneath 11,000 meters of water for something. For noise. For a signal. For us to become loud enough. We thought we discovered intelligence in the abyss. But intelligence didn't just appear. It endures. It adapts. It waits. And if something evolved to survive that depth, It can survive anything. Sometimes, late at night, when the ocean is calm, seismic sensors pick up the pattern again. 2, 3, 5. Not random. Not natural. A reminder. The Mariana Trench isn't empty. It's waiting. And now, it knows we're here.